Welcome to the Peachtree Morning Show by DCI. It's a wise way to start the day. Hope you enjoy.
Welcome back to the Peachtree Morning Show. Today is Thursday 13th, and I'm with Brian and Janice. Brian is SCIM graduate, and he works for DCI and SCIM, works for this company. He's also digital marketing consultant, and initially he's a pharmaceutical engineer. So it's kind of big shift from your, where you started and what you're doing right now. It's great.
Yeah.
And Janice, she learned gold mining. She's a gold mining engineer, but right now she's mining gold ideas from SCIM. She's a hardcore SCIM student, finished all 10 courses, and also she is a retail entrepreneur. So she also applies these ideas in her job and daily work. So I'm very honored to host this meeting today with you. And Brian, let's go and see our question for today.
Thank you, Anton. Here we go.
Thank you, Geshe-la, for your answer to question 88. I felt that it was very helpful for me to notice on the little things that I may be addicted to, and I know how to start working on my seeds. Now this time I have one more question. I have to wear spectacles when I was very young, and I never had the chance to eat spicy food. I cannot take spicy food at all. So what are the seeds that I need to plant so that I can get rid of all these inconveniences like wearing spectacles and not being able to eat spicy food? Because all these things seem to be inborn. I seem to grow up with them. How do I plant seeds to settle these challenges? Thank you.
I like how specific is this question.
Yeah.
And it makes it really tough. So the way we can start, answering that is probably I would actually, though there is a commonality between those situations. In this DCI system, we say that every experience you have a very specific cause. So if you're getting tomato, it's tomato seed. If it's cucumber, it's from cucumber seed. So personally, I would separate these questions for, these situations in two: the problem with the eyesight and the problem with spicy food. And let me start with the food thing, and maybe Brian and Janice, you will give kind of answering for another part. So how I hear you, like it looks like the problem was with the spiciness. Maybe it's hot. I also don't like spicy food. But maybe if we go to the deeper level, there is some people just they don't have any problem with the spicy food. They just don't eat it if they don't like. But how I hear you is like you want to eat this spicy food, like this type of food, and it feels untasty in a way for you, or it's even hurting you. So getting the essence of this experience, like I'm trying to get something, and I would like to do that, but it in a way hurts me. So I would think, okay, what kind of seed could be that? Like, how could I plant something like that? And what pops up in my mind is, well, maybe someone was trying to get something sweet for them. Maybe they were trying to get a client, or they were trying to, maybe even buy something for themselves. And somehow I made it difficult for them. Like maybe I stood in their way in a way, or I didn't take that, but I created some resistance which hurt them when they were trying to reach what they wanted to reach. So again, on our last class, it was Brian described 4 powers, and that's the technique I would use here, thinking about that specific seed which brought me to this experience in my life. So guys, what do you think?
Oh, that's a really tough question. I was thinking about that. I was thinking that, Brian, Anton, I thought that was a really good, insightful answer, looking for where you maybe block someone from getting something sweet that they wanted, whether it be food or something else. But I was thinking perhaps the desire to have spicy food, but you're not able to digest it, could come from having given other people food that hurt them. So if the spices burn your tongue or hurt your digestive system, perhaps you've given food that wasn't healthy to other people. Maybe they were sick, and instead of bringing them medicine, you brought them Coca-Cola or something that was hard for them to digest, and that makes it difficult for you to digest the spicy food, or that it burns you. So that's one thing that occurred to me. And then, I always like to examine food. Why does the food itself attack us? And that makes me, I'm really thinking about this a lot these days. Why would our food harm us? And I sort of think it comes from us harming our environment. When we use pesticides and on our crops, it kills bees, and bees are our pollinators that make it possible for us to have fruit and vegetables. So I like to go into those causes too. So perhaps if you're not buying organic foods or foods that don't harm things, you're perpetuating this, where you're perpetuating and making seeds that are going to cause your food to hurt you. Because also, when you're not eating organic foods, you're eating foods that have been sprayed that also hurt the people who have to harvest those foods. So that's something to consider. I mean, that's, and you could easily change that and only eat healthy foods and give healthy foods, and see if that did something. What do you think, Brian?
Sure, I totally agree. And I want to say something about something I heard on his question. You mentioned in your question that these two things seem to be, is the word innate correct, Janice?
Inborn, yeah. Like
Inborn,
he was born with
yeah.
them, yeah.
Yeah, and this could be true, but we need to think that this doesn't necessarily means that you cannot change it, because it's true that if you've been having these results for a long time, then the seeds that are forcing you to see this in your life are really strong, and they come how can I say this?
Yeah, there is a powerful deed which brought to that, and it's heavy results which are through the long period of time. But it doesn't mean, of course, that it cannot be changed.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Thank you, Anton. And so, of course, you need to do the 4 powers, but I wouldn't do the 4 powers only once. I would do them constantly, and at the same time, I would change, as Janice mentioned, little details in my life that are harming other people. And I would also this in the case of the food harming your digestive system, and at the same time, I would give people things that they enjoy, so I'm able to enjoy the spicy food. And one more thing I'd like to say is, don't go to the extreme of thinking that mental seeds will magically do something in your life. And you need to understand that the DCI seed system comes in hand by the seeds, the mental seeds you need to plant, and the actual things you need to do for the seeds to work. And this is on the topic of your glasses, okay? So today we know there are methods as surgery, laser surgery, to stop using glasses. But in order to make, I know people who had surgery, eye surgery, but it didn't work on them. So they need the seeds to make the surgery work. I don't know if you want to say something else, guys.
Yeah, sure. I've been wearing glasses for 10 years. And I was having that question, and I give you an answer. It's very, it was not actually very intuitive for me, but what you're experiencing when you're not wearing glasses is a lack of clarity. You don't see clearly what's in front of you. And the specific seat, one of the seats, probably maybe there are other angles to it depending on your specific situation, but you can think about providing clarity towards other people. Like when they are maybe even a little bit lost in their life, or when they don't see direction where they should go, you provide them clarity. And one of the best way you can do is actually to share with them 4 steps. And again, the best thing to share that is through your personal example. And what I was doing for many years is trying to share these principles with others, providing them clarity in groups, or individually with someone who I see have this type of problem in their life. And about 2 years ago, I did that laser surgery. It was 10 minutes, and now my eyesight is perfect. But it doesn't mean that the surgery is the cause for that. Yeah, we know that Brian mentioned you could be doing same thing and get a bad result. So Janice, what do you think?
I think that's awesome. Yeah, plant seeds for laser surgery so that the surgery will be real successful. And then, while Brian and Anton were speaking, and then Anton brought up clarity and, making somebody's life more clear for them. I was thinking of ways that we don't make things clear for other people. For instance, I was thinking about the seeds of lying. When we lie, we're giving them a picture different than what is really there. And I think that's something that maybe we could work on purifying. It just occurred to me, you guys can disagree or not, but think about it. When you lie, you're creating a mental image in the other person's mind of something that isn't what you're actually seeing. So you're not being clear. So I was thinking that could be something that you could start doing 4 powers on, is not presenting to someone like when you say you did something at work and you give them the idea that you did it this way, but you did it in a shortcut. You're not giving them a clear picture. So even with your words, not exaggerating, saying there were 40 people at my talk when there was only 39, just being really clear so that they see exactly the same thing that you're describing and it's true. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that would have anything to do with clarity?
For me, it makes perfect sense for me, because you are not giving the clear image you have in your mind about the situation you are sharing with someone else.
Yeah, you're obscuring something, some little fact that maybe they need to know, but you want to look good and you tell a lie. So, just an idea.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea. And you might do it unintentionally. Like you can just, so one thing is lying and deceiving with the small things. The other thing is just when you are vague about your promises, you're vague about like your commitments, so you kind of blur things for other people with you who you work with or who you live with, and not being clear. You're not trying to be clear enough for people around you. So that's an interesting seed to work on. So personally, I've specifically tried to create this clarity for other people, and yeah, I don't wear glasses for the last 2 years, and it's great. The other thing I would like us to, as to summarize and to wrap up this this meeting today. So this thing about inconvenience, like I think you mentioned, both of these things bring this inconvenience to my life. Like, what do you think, guys, about this common discomfort which appears? Like, what kind of seed could be we could suggest to fix that?
If it's an inconvenience for you to have to wear glasses, or an inconvenience for you to avoid spicy foods, I guess I would start looking at where I inconvenience other. Am I late? Do I say I'm going to be there at 4 and I show up at 4:10? You know, inconveniencing someone else and making them waste their time. Just small ways that I might inconvenience someone. What do you think?
I totally agree. In what things am I doing? Let's go back. Am I doing, am I saying, or am I thinking that could make other people feel inconvenience in their life? I mean,
Comfortable, yeah.
uncomfortable, something that don't allow them, doesn't allow them to do what they want to do.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. And Brian, while you'll be maybe preparing to show the next tomorrow's video, let me kind of wrap up what we've just discussed, and maybe each one of us will share again specific steps for this question. So you started with you having this discomfort from wearing glasses and not being able to eat spicy food. So what's important is to treat these things separately. And in case of spicy food, so try to find out those seeds and try to work with them with the 4 powers. In terms of glasses, try to provide clarity. And Janice, what would be your specific advices here?
Well, for the spicy food, it's a conventional thing to eat organically. But if you eat organically with the intention of protecting others and then you're going to protect, your food's going to protect you and be more nutritional because you're going to be protecting life. So I think that would benefit you that way. It would be like a four-step with someone you don't even know. The farmers who have to apply those poisons or whatever, fertilizers. If you eat organic, you're protecting people and you're starting it so more people can afford to eat more organic because you're buying their product. And for the vision, I was thinking, just work on your clarity and also find someone that, wants to not wear glasses too and help them. Just your common 4-step plan. So that's what I would recommend doing is the little things like helping somebody, maybe donating to blind people, books of Braille, just something like that. So find ways that you can help people who need help with their vision. Thanks, guys.
And well, for me, it's just saying I'm Mexican, so I love spicy food. And this is true. I cannot eat food if it is not spicy. And one thing I want to tell you is help people to get something that they enjoy in their life. Okay, this is really important because at least this is how I see spicy food in my life. I really enjoy it. And if you see it this way, that you could enjoy it, then help people to get what they want and help them enjoy what they want and what they have already. So that's pretty much from my point of view. And also remember, you have this, you need the seeds, but at the same time you need to give the seeds a way to bloom or to what's the word?
Ripen.
To ripen. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what do you think if I share the next question, guys?
Yeah, let's see what's coming up for tomorrow.
Here we go.
Hello, my name is Richard from Michigan, USA, and I'm starting a private equity fund to acquire affordable housing to help eradicate homelessness worldwide. But I can't find the right investors to support me with this initiative. So my question is, how do I go about finding the right investors to support me to getting rid of this social issue?
Wow.
That's a great question.
Pretty cool question.
A beautiful goal too. Wonderful question, beautiful goal. I definitely want to tune into that one.
Yeah, let's see what's coming. Thank you, guys. It was an honor to be today with you and to answering this question. Thank you for your questions. Please send them more and we'll be happy to meet you on the next Peachtree morning shows.
Thank you, everyone.
So that's it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Anton. Thanks. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks for watching today's Peachtree Morning Show. See you next time.